Hello and welcome. Welcome. My name is Brian Westbrook, Executive Director of the Coalition for Life in St. Louis, Missouri. I just want to thank you for being on this very brief tax credit briefing. Today is a very, very important day. Today is the last day of our matching challenge, our Coalition for Life matching challenge. We had a webcast last Thursday, and today is the very, very final day for that. And I wanted to share with you just, first and foremost, today, before midnight, we need to raise another $66,631.21. Sorry for my voice. I'm just recovering from a sore throat and lost my voice this week, but $66,631.21. We are, well on our way to hit the $185,000 matching challenge, but it's an all or nothing matching challenge. So I wanted to actually talk to you specifically about tax credits, and the website you would want to go to is coalitionforlifestl.com/tax-credits, and I'll go ahead and bring that up here. So you can see, so this is our coalitionforlifestl.com/tax credit page. And so you can see on this page, there's obviously a Give Now button here on the top. But if you scroll down, there's tax credit instructions, and then also some frequently asked questions on the bottom. And then this link will take you to the Missouri Department of Social Services tax credit website, and there's a lot of great information in there with regards to the tax credits and how powerful they are. And so one of the things, well, before we get too far and get too much into this, number one, I am not a tax accountant, nor am I a tax professional. I'm just going from my own experience as to how we were able to never pay Missouri income tax ever again. Sure enough, I pay lots of other taxes in other places, but this one income tax, we no longer want to have to pay that Missouri income tax, and we do so through the Missouri tax credits. And so this website is very easy to get to. You start with the tax credit website here at Coalition, click this link, and it'll bring you over to the government site as well. Take you step by step all the way through how to do that, and then also the application as well. Now, if you make a donation to Coalition for Life, we're going to send this application to you. Name, address, phone number, all these things. You do have to give the state a social security number. But I wanted to illustrate that this is for individuals, corporations, partnerships, S-corps, LLCs, even other charitable organizations, financial institutions, or insurance companies. So it is very widespread that you can use this tax credit, and it is a 70% tax credit. Starting this year, you can actually eliminate or almost eliminate your with a 70% tax credit. So let's get into kind of those frequently asked questions, and I'll start bringing them up here. So number one, what is a tax credit? Tax credits are different than a tax deduction. So tax deduction, let's say you donate $1,000. We'll use that just as an example throughout this very short briefing. Let's say you donate $1,000 to any nonprofit. Well, they're going to reduce your income, your taxable income, by $1,000 if you make a charitable donation. However, a tax credit for a $1,000 donation, you actually get back $700. It's not deducting or reducing your income. What it's doing is off the very last, it's the very last thing that happens is you take a $700 reduction in your taxes. And so it is very, very powerful, the tax credits. So what's required? So the first thing that's required is that you give to one of the 75 pregnancy centers in the state of Missouri. Coalition for Life, through our Women's Care Connect program, is in fact a pregnancy center, qualified pregnancy center in the state of Missouri. There are 75 of them. and that first website I showed to you will be able to give you a list of all 75 different pregnancy centers here in the state of Missouri. Again, this is for Missouri taxes. You have to make at least a $100 donation, and then fill out the paperwork that I'm showing to you right here, which is very important that once you fill that paperwork in, it has to come back into us, and then we send that off to the state. So what's the next question here? What makes you eligible for those tax credits? So the eligibility, you either work in Missouri, or you live in Missouri, or you have a corporation or an LLC in Missouri. So you have to owe Missouri taxes, because you can't get Missouri taxes back unless you owe them first. And so as long as you owe some level of Missouri taxes, you work, you live in Missouri, you become eligible for these pregnancy center tax credits at 70%. What does the process look like? Okay, so very briefly, you make a donation, whether it be through a credit card, check, money order, or even a stock transfer. You make a donation to a local pregnancy center. It could be the Coalition for Life here, or any other pregnancy center. Obviously, we have a matching challenge today, and so there's a big urgency to be able to meet that match. We need another $66,000 to meet that match. So you make a donation through any means, and then we will send you this application that I'm showing you here. So that'll get sent out to you. You'll fill that form out. That will come back in to our office, and from our office, then we create supporting documentation to show that you made that donation, and that goes off to the state. And then that goes, once they have it at the state level, then they'll process that, and that will take maybe a 45 to 90 days or so before that comes back, as long as they have the funds available. Now, here's the cool part. The funds, as of July 1st, will become unlimited. Right now, we have a $3.5 million cap on statewide on the number of tax credits for pregnancy centers. And so as of July 1st, that will go away. And so the process to move through will be significantly more quick. And so we're very excited to be able to have that process go significantly faster. And you can count on getting your tax credit each year. All right, so how much is it worth? Let me go ahead and share my screen over here as far as how much this is actually worth to you as a donor. And so we're going to start now maybe with some of these smaller numbers down here. So a $1,000 donation could be $141 out of pocket. So only $141 out of pocket for a $1,000 donation. Let's kind of see how that gets calculated. So let's take a $1,750 donation, and let's look at the 35% tax bracket. The first thing that comes off is the tax credit of $1,225. That's a 70% level. And then you have your federal deduction, and that's on the remainder of the donation. And then a $95 reduction as part of your Missouri tax deduction. And so that gives you a $247 out-of-pocket expense for a $1,750 donation. We scroll up just a little bit here. I like the really big numbers. So a $25 or $25,000 donation could be out of pocket $3,525. Now, obviously, if you're down in the 22% tax bracket, that's going to give you a slightly more expensive donation, but still you can go a very, very far way with the tax credits. So let's take a look here. So what is the time frame to be able to get the tax credits? Now, in the past, it would take significantly longer to get a tax credit. And the reason because that funds had to become available out of the $3.5 million pool. We were still working to be able to get those through the state, and if the pool dried up, you'd have to wait until the next fiscal year. And so the way it currently is right now is the pool is either dried up or almost dried up for this fiscal year, but that resets on July 1st. So any donations made today would then be applied to July 1st, that next fiscal year, and there's unlimited number of tax credits at that point. So the time frame from the moment you make the donation, we can process that internally in our office in a couple of weeks. And then through that, there's about a 45 to 90-day process at the state government to be able to get that back, assuming they have the credits to issue. And so as of July 1st, it's going to be significantly faster. As of today, you may have to wait a couple of months before those funds become available, but it should be in time for your 2021 taxes next year. All right, so what if you're unsure of where you're in the process? You literally just call our office. You call our office, and maybe I'll just I'll put our phone number here as well. 827-4039. So if you are ever unsure of where you are in the tax credit process, you just call our office right here, 314-827-40. Oops. 394039, and we will make sure to tell you where you are in the tax credit process, and we'd be really, really blessed to be able to share that with you. All right, so how do you make a donation? So let me take you here. So some of you might be looking at a page that looks like this. My face might be here, and you can make a single gift, a monthly gift, or make a gift through PayPal. Or you could just go to coalitionforlifestl.com/donate, which will take you to a page that looks like this. And how much are you going to donate? And that's always a big question in my household, as far as how much do we want to donate. So I actually wanted to show you. This is a Missouri 1040 form. This is for individuals, and for individuals, the tax credit process is actually fairly straightforward. For corporations, LLCs, please always consult with your tax accountant. But we definitely want, with this one, it's actually fairly straightforward. So the Missouri 1040 form, let me give you full screen here. And so if you scroll down to line 33, so you're going to look at last year's taxes, or the ones you just filed here. And let me see here. Line 33 is your total tax. Oh, it won't let me highlight it, but line 33 is your total tax. And what I do, and I talk to my wife about, is we take line 33 and we multiply it times 1.34. So multiply that times 1.34, and then that's the donation that we make to a local pregnancy center, normally the Coalition for Life, but we're going to make that donation. And so then if we do that, then next year, assuming that our income is exactly the same, then we would be able to eliminate completely our Missouri individual income tax deduction or income tax payments, and we'll get all of our withholdings back. So again, go to line 33, take that number times 1.34, and then that should be the donation if you want to eliminate all of your Missouri income taxes. Now, how do you do that, which is down here on line 39? It's called the MOTC form. So go ahead and click that. And so that's the miscellaneous income tax credit form, first name, last name, social security number, all of those normal things. And so there's going to be the benefit number. And so there's some examples there. And so the alpha code is going to just be PRC. But the benefit number is actually going to come from the piece of paper that you get back from the state. So they're going to send you something, and you're going to include that here and then you're going to include pregnancy center name there on that line. Again, I'm not a tax expert, but this is the way we do it here at my household. So this has to be physically mailed in along with the tax credit document once you receive that back from the state. So let me take a look here. So with that being said, again, I just want to let you guys know that there is, in fact, a $66,600 gap still to go by midnight tonight. And I'd highly encourage you leverage the tax credit. Go to Missouri Form 1040, go to line 33, and then make that charitable donation at 1.34. Just multiply it times 1.34. And then next year as you pay your 2021 Missouri income taxes, you can eliminate that completely. So again, not a tax, how many times do I have to say that? Not a tax expert, but I really want to help you guys out. And what's a better investment with our tax dollars? Giving them directly to the clients who are going to save their babies. Helping pregnancy centers across the state. Again, there's 75 of them. So if you feel very called to give to another one, you can, of course. But we have $66,000 and we have about 10 hours left to make that happen. So please consider that. Please consider a tax deductible donation today. And it also applies to the amazing tax credits. So if you're joining us later in the quick briefing, you can go back to the front, and then from there you can see the entire broadcast here as well. So wanted to give you that and encourage you to give today before the end of the day so that we can maximize on that $185,200 matching challenge. Again, it's an all or nothing matching challenge, and so we either use it or we lose it kind of thing. So please, if you want to call me directly, call our office and they'll transfer you. If you have any questions about the tax credits, again, that's this number here. If you have any questions, please give us a call. We'd love to work through what is a tax credit, how can you use it, but it's actually fairly straightforward once you understand how powerful they are. So just one last thing to kind of wrap that up. Again, a $1,000 donation could be out of pocket $141. $1,700 donation could be $247. So we can make leverage these tax credits to really make an impact on unborn children and help us to end abortion together in our nation, across Missouri, across the St. Louis region. And I highly, highly encourage you, give today. Help us to not fundraise next week or the week after that or throughout the summer. Today is the time to fundraise, and tomorrow will be the time. Well, actually, most of our team is actually serving clients right now. And so help us to serve those clients the best we possibly can. Fundraise today and tomorrow. We keep serving clients until ultimately we see an end to abortion in our great nation. Thank you, and God bless.